Hi, I'm Dr. Kishan Rees and I'm a clinical teaching fellow. The BBC Asian Network has come up to visit me at work today as an undecided voter as to whether stay or leave with the upcoming EU referendum. I honestly have no idea which way I'm going to vote, so I've been thinking how the EU affects me in my life as a doctor. And I've summarised it in terms of colleagues, patients, working conditions, funding, TTIP, the definite elephant in the room, and the NHS as a whole. In terms of colleagues, there are undoubtedly rota gaps in the NHS. And if we want to deliver a world-class health service, we need doctors to come and plug those rota gaps. And EU doctors and non-EU doctors are used to do that and achieve that. That is definitely a double-edged sword though, in terms of some of the language barriers that some of these doctors have can affect patient care. From a patient's point of view, we need to consider health tourism. That does have an impact on the NHS, but for me, I don't think it's an important enough issue to decide stay or go. Something that resonates with me personally is working conditions. I have been a beneficiary of the European Working Time Directive. This is a piece of legislation that means that doctors cannot work more than 48 hours a week. And this is incredibly important for doctors looking after people so that they are rested themselves. From a funding point of view, the EU does provide funding for drugs and research and development, and if that was lost, then that's something we'd have to look into more, and would that gap be filled? Moving on to TTIP, this is the Transatlantic Trade Investment Partnership, and this is a deal that's currently being brokered behind closed doors with the United States and the EU. And as it stands, the National Health Service is involved in TTIP, which could lead to it being privatised off, which is obviously a concern. Overall, I think it comes down to what kind of NHS do we want in the future? Do we want one that is free at the point of use, or do we move towards an insurance-based model? And the in-out referendum is crucial in that decision.